Welcome to this presentation covering course content of A-Level Photography here at Taverham High School. This is Mrs. Cubbitt and I am the lead teacher of this course. This is a fantastic and creative course which encourages you to build upon your own interests and develop independence and drive towards your outcomes. The course has some great facilities of which I will show you, and our most recent results speak for themselves with 100% A-star to see. So why study photography? Whether you realise it or not, photography comes in many forms and is a real integral part of our everyday lives. Many of you, if not all of you, have a powerful camera in your back pocket in the form of a mobile phone. Photography allows us to communicate, and images can tell stories which sometimes were not. Taking images helps us to understand each other, as well as documenting history, and plays an important part of uncovering scientific discoveries. Photography, as an art form, can allow people, or the viewer, to appreciate the everyday world in a new way, helping people to see the world through new eyes. So what are our expectations for the course requirements? We expect 6 GCSEs of a 4 or above, including Maths and English. If you've not studied a creative subject, I'd expect to see evidence of a sketchbook, mini projects, or perhaps photos that you've completed in your own time. In terms of the course, we expect you to complete between 4 and 5 hours of homework a week and catch up on missed work. It's also really important to be punctual and bring equipment to every lesson. We use digital sketchbooks here at Taverham, and these are for you to develop your ideas and your experiments, and using a digital format is also gives a really professional feel to the course. So this is the outline of the course that you can expect over a 2-year study. For the first 13 weeks of the course, we are giving you a toolbox of skills. These include manual functions of a camera, compositional rules of an image, studio use, alternative practices such as cyanotypes and chemigrams, going over Photoshop skills, and also looking into critical analysis of artists' works. You will then lead on to a 6-week project which encourages independence. You will incorporate the skills from the first aspect of the course, and then you will respond to a title of portraiture. At the end of this 6 weeks, you will present this back to the rest of the class. The last section of the course in Year 12 is working towards a mock. You will receive a past paper with a range of topics, and you will respond to one of those topics, producing a final piece in a 10-hour mock exam. Year 13. So the start of Year 13 is a really exciting time because you're choosing a topic of inquiry, something to really dig down into and explore. This project ranges around 6 months, and it does include a 3,000-word essay. That essay is more of a diary entry in terms of how you've explored your topic of inquiry. You can expect to receive one-to-one tutorials for support of your practice over this period of time. As we get into February through to May, you'll be developing your final exam. It's an externally set paper from AQA, that's who we use, and you'll be developing an outcome, and that will be within a 15-hour exam. So in terms of a kit list, what we expect you to have and what you need for the course. As a department, we do have 4 DSLR cameras. However, these are only for school use. We expect you to get your own camera at some point. Good second-hand cameras can be bought in and around Norwich. You don't necessarily need to buy a new model. And you may also be entitled to a bursary, which can go towards a purchase of a camera for you to use at school and in your own time. So now over to my most favourite part of the course, and is showing you some of the fantastic outcomes of past and current students. Here we can see that the students have responded to a topic of nature. So the second row down, the first on the left, the second row down, is an example of how we use cross-curricular links in photography. This is some seaweed collected by a student at the ocean, and she has taken it and gone over and put it into a microscope in the science department and taken images through a microscope. We've also got lots of other lovely images there. So going on to portraits. Portraits is a favourite of students, and here we can see a lovely range of creative makeup, use of text, lighting, as well as costume design. Architecture and street photography, documenting city life, can also be a line of inquiry and inspiration for students. At the school we have a studio set up, so as well as flash guns and coloured gels, these can enable students to produce creative and dramatic images. So we've got some really lovely light painting here, some long exposures and some really bright dramatic colours. As I mentioned earlier, we can also produce cyanotypes at the school, and cyanotypes are one of the first forms of photography, using a light sensitive material that's painted onto the paper and then exposed to light. They have these really distinctive bright blue colours to the prints. We also look at chemigrams, again a light sensitive paper developed with developing chemicals to produce these really original one-off artworks. Students are also encouraged to create digital photo editing, okay, so through Photoshop. We've got a few different examples there on the top right hand side. We also encourage students to use practical processes such as stitching into images. We can see at the top left there students are burning an image. We've also got drawing and painting on top of images as well as weaving them. Past students have had opportunities to set up their own show and show their work within local galleries in Norwich, and this is a really exciting opportunity to experience outside of the school walls in a real creative world of the gallery, and it's a real favourite time of students in the course. We've also had students featured in exhibitions at the Norwich University of the Arts, which was a really proud moment. We have also had different lectures at the art school, and we've also had lots of different local professionals coming to teach workshops at the school. So rather than just taking my word for it, I'm going to leave this slide for a minute, and this is some of our current and past students' opinions of why they chose photography and what they enjoy about the course. Okay, lastly, this is my email address. Please feel free at any point to drop me an email if you have further questions, or if you've got any other areas of interest that you want to know about the course. Please send me an email, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.